everyone, welcome back to our Let's Play series of Transport Fever using my Aussie place names mod. So we've got lots of interesting place names. Last time we set up this this line here around, or two lines, from Joel Farm to the food processing plant and back to Joel. And we went over to Mount Knowles. And over here we put in a road and we set up our little stops for the refinery, but we haven't actually turned it on yet. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to go to the depot. And I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to buy 8 vehicles. And we'll put them on a new line. And we will call it Road Freight Knowles Oil. That out of the way, and we will add a station. Now we want them to go to the refinery first. We'll add a station there, and then we'll add a station here. Now, I had a bit of a play around, and I'm not sure that this little truck station is really sort of in the right spot. But I'm going to leave it there for now. And what I'm going to do, once these guys get out of the way, is knock out a bit of this road and make a more direct route into the city, or into the town of Mount Knowles. Way over here. So I'm going to knock out some road, basically from here, say, I don't know, yeah. I'll smooth that out a little bit. It's going to cost me money, but hopefully not too much. There's not any big sort of drops there from where the road used to be. Alright, so we'll take a medium bit of road of the country variety. Now, the thing with these roads, the small roads are slower. So you've got 40 kilometers an hour limit on that one, and a 60 kilometer an hour limit on the medium road. The trouble is, these horse and carts only go 15 kilometers an hour, so it doesn't really matter what size road we put in, but it will matter later on when we get faster vehicles. So I'm going to basically take a medium road and put it on here, across. Oh, nice. I want to take it in short little stretches because there's obviously a hill there. The horse and cart work their way up the hill because I'm not going to bother making the road smooth. There, and then from there we want like a little intersection, because you've got to keep everything connected. Well, I suppose it's connected via this bit, but that's what we're going to do. So we'll turn the speed back on. I only paused it so that the vehicles get lost when the road wasn't there. Now I was going to try and get fuel flowing into Rue, but this shipping port doesn't seem to want to ship fuel, and you'll see that in a few minutes. But yeah, I wanted to get the fuel flowing down to Rue, but that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some road transport into Mount Knowles. Now, Mount Knowles is a fair way away, but I reckon I can get enough vehicles together. Okay, so I want to look at where stuff is. Now, the industry's all down here, the commercial's all off here. I reckon if I get a cargo truck stop and put it somewhere about here. Oh, look at that. I'm doing most of it. Maybe not the industrial up in the middle there. Yeah, not really a great deal of coverage. Yeah, I think I like that. So I'll put that there. And you know what? I may even give them a shortcut. A little bit of money. We'll take a medium street. And we'll take it here. Across to there. So over here, we want to set up this run. So we'll get rid of the roads and we want to get a bunch more vehicles. Now, we're going to need a lot of vehicles because it's a long stretch. So I'll get another 8 for starters. Eight of them, and we'll put them on a new line. And we'll just call this road freight Knowles. Rid of the other bit. And move that out of the way. Add a station, and we want them to start here and go over to here. And of course I'll return back to where they started, so that ought to do it. We've got these guys delivering oil, and the oil is starting flow. Which means the refinery will be starting to do its thing, yep. And it's producing oil. Don't know why it's producing oil, but it is. Anyway, that'll store up until about 30 or so, and then it'll stop and start doing fuel, hopefully. And now that these guys are running, the industry will be demanding fuel because industry likes fuel. Here, they want construction materials, machines, and fuel. Yeah, that's all going. Now we put the shipping in, and we want to get a ship going over to Rue. Now, like I said, I originally planned on sending them over to Rue because I thought they'd deliver fuel, but I tried that out and it didn't kind of work. I'm sort of redoing this episode again. But I do kind of have a solution. Like I said, we get the fuel going into Mount Knowles, and I'm going to send some oil down here to this plastics factory or chemical plant, and that's going to make me, or force me, to set up a run over to here, this goods factory. I'm kind of going to have a couple of boats zigzagging back and forth, and I think that might work. So let's get set up on that. So I want a port over here. Now, it's going to be tricky, I think, getting this in. But we'll go. We want a cargo port. And we want to turn it around. And I'm going to put it about there. Oh, I don't have any money. Well, I'm going to borrow money. Another 500k. Oh, it's December. I better pause it because the loans get repaid the 1st of January, and I don't want to lose money before I've got this in. So it's only going to be 30k, but I'm just paranoid. I don't want everything to be, all my costs to be taking money away from me. Okay, so looks like it'll go there. And I'm going to get a street. I'll make it a small country road. It doesn't really matter at the moment because it's only horse and cart. So what we're going to do is bulldoze this bit of road and then clean up a little bit around here where we can. Kind of difficult to get into that corner, but Now I think we should be able to come down. Yes. And if I do that, question is, will this light up that? And yes, it does. So we don't need a truck station. That's awesome. All right, now that little bit of road needs to be reconnected. So we'll just bring it around, not like that. We'll just bring it through here and around. Actually, I'm going to try and straighten that up a little bit better. I may have vehicles going along that road because I've got another sawmill over there. So let's try and do that a little nicer. Go to there, and then there through the middle. Yeah, and then going up there. Alright, so that should be us for the port over here. Now while I've got a little money and still got it on pause, did I put the one in over at Rue? Yeah, I did, last episode. Alright, so while I got a little money left over here, I need to do the same thing over here. And hope that it's going to reach. So we'll turn that around. Really tricky where it wants to go. Alright, we'll put that there. And we'll put a little bit of road in. From here to here. And again, hopefully, yes. Alright, now we've got a port there for the goods. So I've got our road vehicles set up. Turn these guys on again. How are we doing finances wise? Okay, so we'll sort this and... Okay, so our road freight into Knowles is losing money, but that's to be expected. We just started it and everything's bunched up. And they're all traveling around making no money at the moment because I haven't really picked anything up from the refinery. But everything else is doing good. Rue Food is at capacity. In fact, the top couple are all at capacity. The Joel Farm is only half full. Well, that's probably because they come back empty from Joel to the farm to pick up the food. But we'll sort that out in a minute. Now, I want to get some ships going. So, I've got enough money for one ship at the moment. I'm going to jump in and grab it. Where? Oh. Ships are over here. So I'll buy a ship. We'll try not to buy a passenger. Which top one. Got a freight, that makes it easy. And this one will carry oil. It'll carry fuel. It'll carry grain because the chemical plant will take grain from Rue. It'll carry food, goods, everything we need. We'll buy one of those. Oh, yeah, it did. Alright, no it didn't. We'll buy one of those. Yeah, it didn't. Oh, okay, we don't have enough money. I did have enough money a second ago. I saw it flash up 188k. This is the problem with running it like this. You know, every time you hit the 1st of January, or 1st of the month rather, you incur costs. Let's just let that go for a little while and see if we can get to 187k. We just made it. Just scraped in. So we've got our ship now. We want it on a new line. And it's going to be called Sea Freight. Knowles Rue. Because if you're just joining us, did I did. Alright, you can put it on there. What have I done? I was going to say, because if you're just joining us, we've got a town over the other side of the lake called Rue, which you'll see in a minute. But anyway, where are we? What have I done wrong? Set line, SF Knowles Rue. And it's not going. Why not? Maybe I got to select the ship first. Nope. Okay, so in the shipyard we have a ship, and we want to put it on this line. Why want to go there? Well, that's kind of weird. We're not on pause. Nope. Maybe we didn't put stops in on that line. So let's go to the line. I think that's what it is. Knowles Rue. Yeah, there's no stops. So this line's a little complicated. What we want is we want to start at the oil refinery. Because why not? And then we want to go from the oil refinery and take oil to the plastics factory. And then we want to take plastics to the goods factory. And then we want to go to Rue. Now coming back from Rue, we want to take grain to the plastics factory. And then we want to take plastics to the goods factory. And then we want to go back to our starting point. So that gives us a nice sort of round the lake trip. We go from here, there to there, there, and then back to here, across there, and there. It means we're always going one way from here to here, going across the lake, but we go all the other points as well. So that's that. Now we can assign the ship to it. Yeah. And here it is. Sorry for my navigation, I'm just not used to the controls on this game. One thing I do love about this game is the models. The models are really awesome, I will say that. And you can stand on the bow, Titanic style, and just like, you know, see where you're going. I will give the ship one thing, it's like 5 kilometers an hour faster than the bloody horse and cart. Not that that's going to help us. And now we need to save up more money to get more ships. But, you know, we'll get there. Now, what was I going to do? Alright, I wanted to show you guys, in case you're new here, over here at Rue. This is Rue. This is where we started. We've got a freight line from the farm into Rue, and then from Rue out to the food processing plant. So all the goods from the farm's going out to be processed and coming back to Rue as food. So Rue has got a lot of food, and population is going nuts. I mean, look at all these people. They're everywhere. So they're loving it. We've got a passenger transit system that brings everyone from the houses up this end at that stop down to here where the industrial area is, and then across to Boyneside, and again over into the middle of Boyneside where the commercial area is, and over here at the industrial area. what else? We've got Joel down here, up here, over there, somewhere. Out back of Whoop Whoop. And yeah, it's got the food processing plant on the farm. Now this was another easy win because they were so close together. What I wanted to do here was move a couple of things around. I don't really have enough money to do it at the moment because this road is causing them to go further than they really have to. I will get that kink smoothed out soon enough once I have a bit more money. Here they are, going past the farm. And the thing with the mods I'm running, I've got the 4 times slower mod running. So it kind of means when I'm going 4 times faster, I'm going about normal speed. Which is fine by me because with the rate of time passing, it's basically a day every 2 seconds normally. And this mod brings it down to a day every 8 seconds, I think. But what ends up happening is, by the time you get your basic infrastructure set up and sort of ready to go, new vehicles come along, and you just can't really, you know, look at my balance here, I've got 17k at the moment. You can't really afford to buy the new vehicles because you've only just got things set up. And what ends up happening is that you miss out on playing around with a bunch of different vehicles and transport types. So I wanted this time to go slower, so that I've got time to build up some money. So hopefully I can actually get into some of those, because I do have the freight airports mod as well, and I want to try and get into that because I've got a large size map, and airports would be kind of handy to move things around on it. So yeah, I'll get to that later. I can't really afford to right now. We are making profit. Most of our lines are profitable. Knowles Rue shipping line isn't because we just basically got it started, and I'll tell you now, it's not going to be profitable for a while. Not the least because we need more ships to make it profitable. But yeah, like it's kind of difficult to build up at first. I mean, it's kind of like Planet Base, which is another game that's really hard to get started. Planet Base is even more harder to get started. You basically can fail your game within the first 10 minutes. But once you get past that, you're good. And this is kind of the same. It's really difficult to get started, which is why I took the first couple of episodes so slowly. And hopefully from now, pace will pick up. I just need to apologize a little bit if my voice sort of goes a little weird. I've got a bit of a cold or something at the moment. My throat's sort of clogging up. I'm trying to edit out all the throat clearing and all that sort of stuff. I did well last episode. I didn't really have to edit much out. But yeah, this episode, it's sort of kicking in again, so it is what it is. Anyway, so we're making a big profit. Well, not a big profit, but enough of a profit. But, you know, the money's still going up slowly because our expenses keep coming in. Well, I need to start paying off the bank loan, but unfortunately I need to make money before I can start paying off the bank loan. There's not a lot of easy wins around this map. You know, like most things are miles apart. I wanted to get a quarry going because we've got a, well, around here somewhere, there's one there. We've got a couple of construction materials plants. But, you know, do you think there's a quarry on this end of the map? Well, I'll tell you now, the closest quarry is over here at Howard. There's Maybe that's ore. Yeah, that's ore. Over here there's a quarry at Howard. And there's another one somewhere. That's ore. But yeah, there's a quarry here at Howard, and that's roughly about it for all we've got down this end of the map. Oh, there's another one here. Right along, and there's a Durabin, I think. Maybe. I mean, I'm an Aussie, and some of these place names are pretty hard. Oh, here we go. Durabin. There you go. But yeah, like there's only those two quarries. That's it. There's a couple of oil wells here, but there's not really any oil refineries. One way up here, but not far. Yeah, there's not a lot of easy wins. There is one down here at Turawina, and Turawina is probably going to be one of my favorite place names in this game once we get there. But I need to get, you know, basic infrastructure going around here where we started before I can actually start expanding. So, what do we got going here? We've got a ton of fuel all going into Mount Knowles, the RF Knowles line. We don't seem to have any oil here, which I was hoping would be going over to the plastics factory, unless the ship's been taking it. Ship's got nothing at the moment, but let's see if it's taken any over here. Has the factory been producing? And the answer is no, because it's got nothing stored. But hopefully that'll get going eventually. Well, I'm up to 50,000. I'm gonna just have a look around and see what needs tweaking. I can probably afford a couple of extra horse and carts. The roof food line is making a huge profit and everything is full, but the problem is that the plant is not getting, it's only got a low production because it's not getting enough stuff. It's got nothing stored right now. So I'm going to take, see, I had 50k a second ago. Look, now I've got 5k because of the loans. I was going to buy a couple of horse and carts, and now I can't even afford one. So that's what I'm saying. This game is hard to get started. Once you hit that critical mass, you know, you right as rain, good to go. But yeah, getting started is hard. Right, I can afford one, so I'm going to buy one quickly while I still can. Horse and cart. And I'm going to put it on the roof food line. And that will hopefully take a little bit more of this stuff away. Oh, the other thing I was going to do. I'm not a big fan of little point-to-point lines. And we've got all these guys here on the farm line between the farm and Central. And then all these guys here. And they're pretty well spaced out now. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these two lines into one line. And I'll still call it the farm line, but yeah. So I'm going to bring up, well, actually before I do that, bring up the farm guys, and I'll add some stops. So I want the farm I believe that's Rue West. I want the farm to go from Rue West. Well, okay, let's start where it is. Central, Rue West. To take, well, actually, they're going empty from Central to Rue West. So from Rue West, I want them to take livestock and whatever directly to Preston. So from Rue West, I want them to go here. And then we want to take food directly to Central, which it will do. It'll go back. Starting point. So that's how I want the line to be. Now all I've got to do is take all these guys that are on the food portion of the line and move them over to farm line. So there's probably an easier way. I mean, one way would be to send them all back to the depot and then assign them all at the same time, but I'm just going to do them one at a time. I'm going to send them to farm line. These windows. Farm line, and the last one goes to farm line. Alright, so that line no longer has anything on it, and we'll go here. It's still making, it's still listed as my top line, but one thing you can do is you can go down to this one. This is a bit of an alternative display, which I don't really use that much. I mean, it does show me the vehicles and whatever. It also shows you what's in the depot, which is great. What's in any depot, really. But what I'm going to do, this Joel Food seems to say it's got a whole bunch of stuff on it still. Have a look. Oh. Vehicles. Whoa! What did I do? I was sure. Okay, I've messed up. Oh, it's got... Oh, that's Joel. That's Joel. Yeah, I name them with the town name so I can keep them separate, but obviously I mess up. So yeah, let's take the roof food line, and yeah, one of the things you can do with this window is you can actually send all the vehicles to the depot, sell all the vehicles, or send them to the depot, then sell them. Or you can just delete the line, which is what I'm going to do. And now when I look at my line list, it's gone. So we're making profit except for the shipping, which is expected. So that's pretty cool. Alright, well, I'm going to leave this episode there. Thanks for watching. And make sure you leave a comment or like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to, and I'll be back with episode 4 just as soon as I can. Bye now.